What's the business, y'all? It's your local neighborhood super and my boy Brisk, and welcome to this episode of This Current Culture. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed. Hit that like button if you like what we do. And in this episode, we will be talking about Billboards' 15 most scathing hip-hop diss songs of all time. Have you looked over this list yet?
I have looked over the list. It's a very entertaining list. I don't agree with the list 100%, but we can talk about it.
We definitely got to talk about it. And I hate how...
You sharing?
They got... You say what?
Are you sharing?
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Because I was sure about to go in. All right. You can see now?
Yep.
All right, bet. Now, my first issue is they got Ice Cube here in the middle for a good reason. Because No Vaseline, at the end of the day, No Vaseline will always be my number one diss record of all time. He went at 4 other people. Actually 5 if you want to count Jerry Heller. And he dismantled them in one song over a funky beat. Okay?
He killed him.
He killed all of them at one time. And I'm not sure about old East Coast beefs and classic, Busy Bee versus Cool Mo D beefs and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if that was the first time somebody just went at a whole crew in one song. But No Vaseline was just crazy. He said a whole bunch of stuff you would get canceled for today. He mentioned groups of people and acts that you just can't get away with. And they was jamming to it. Nothing you could do. They came back with 100 miles running, but nobody cared about that. But they got him in the middle, 50 Cent to the right, Tupac, and Pusha T, all right? So when I first saw this part, I'm like, oh, okay. I kind of already knew how it was going to go. Boy, was I wrong. Let's scroll down to number 15. T.I., what's up? What's happening?
That is not it. That should not even be on there.
Because T.I. didn't even win that beef.
No, he definitely didn't.
Shawty Low won that beef. In my opinion, I'd have to. You know what? Let's go to Google because I wasn't in Atlanta at that time.
And I'm just putting up my light.
Let's see who won. What is this? Shawty
Low T.I. Pretty sure.
Let's see what the streets would have to say, or Atlanta would have to say. We might have perfected the hip hop beef. This is from 2008 from Atlanta magazine. I'm not sure if this article go into who won it. If you are in the comments, if you from Atlanta, please tell us who won the Shorty T.I. beef. Cause I personally feel like Shawty Low won it.
He definitely did. And I think he won it on some stuff because I don't think a lot of people was expecting Shawty Low to win. Yeah, but Shawty Low just did it. Because T.I. is a better rapper than Shawty Low. Oh, but it was the environment at the time. And as you can say, he from the West Side. God damn,
it must be two sides.
He pretty much pulled the same. Anybody who win a rap beef who call out somebody for being a fake person, that's pretty much who's gonna win.
That's who, especially if somebody's stamped. It was always known that Shawty Low was stamped. Yeah, T.I. might have moved some packs here and there or whatever, but Shawty Low was really that man. Check this out. Listen to what this article had to say. Backstory. In 2008, rapper Shawty Low jabbed at T.I., the self-proclaimed king of Bankhead, who some said went a little soft by starring in the 2006 film ATL and a diss track called Dun Dun that said he was from the West Side. Well, goddamn, it must be two sides. If the barb doesn't feel all that sharp, well, you don't know Bankhead. Threat level, medium. There was a scuffle between the two rappers' camps at Atlanta's 2008 Dirty Awards, where Shawty Low was blasted in the face by a police officer's pepper spray. Didn't know that. And resolution, the two publicly made up on stage at T.I.'s Club Crucial on the West Side.
Wow. I didn't know that. I definitely didn't know that.
I did not know that. And we're going to have to loop back to this. We're going to get back to the main list so we don't far too off. But I forgot about T.I. and Ludacris, where Ludacris dropped one of the greatest diss lines of all time. Like this in top 3 diss lines when he said, what'd he say? He said, some puff the plush of beef ain't legit. So please say off the TIP of my dick. Dropped it on the song where he on there with the other dude.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was classic.
I remember when that dropped. I remember first time hearing it, we was in the car. I was in Orlando, and my homeboy was bumping the new Young Buck that had just came out, because you know G-Unit was on fire around that time. Yep. And then T.I. verse went, and we listened to it, and apparently he changed his verse because they was going back and forth at each other, and I don't know if he like put a lesser verse or that was his hardest verse, but Luda just went in, and I remember we all lost our minds collectively in the car. The shit was wild. All right, so T.I. what's up? What's happening? Definitely should not be on this list. Not in no top 15 at all.
Absolutely not. No.
Not at all. All right, Roxanne Shante, Roxanne's Revenge. Let's see what they said here. Roxanne Shante, the woman who started it all with Roxanne's Revenge, a diss track in response to UTFO's Roxanne. Shante effectively pioneered the concept of putting rap beef on wax. So maybe this is the first rap beef song. I'm not sure. With nary a hook or chorus, she spent 5 minutes, tearing into each member of UTFO. I guess I was right. I was wrong about Ice Cube. She went through the whole UTFO clique. Pause for the lady version, not train wise. She dismantled them the other way. Let's see. And Marley Marl made that beat, and he was unknown at the time. I did not know. According to Roxanne, the Kango Kid ain't got money and he ain't got the loot. The educated rapper hides his thirst behind his supposed intellect, and Dr. Ice don't even know how to operate. So I gotta give it up. If this is the first rap diss, let me see. Rap diss.
It was that song was made in 1984.
Oh wow. Yes. So it is considered the first rap diss song. Thank you, Google. And now Google got that Gemini stuff built into it. We got to talk about that because it's killing small businesses. We'll talk about that later. But yeah. So wow. Props to Roxanne Shante. That makes me feel like this should be higher on the list.
It should be high. So and the way I look at this one, because I can't even quote anything out of that diss track. And I understand the significance of it as it was the first. And I understand its significance of it. So, but I never really heard that track. Well, let me rephrase. I've heard it, but I can't remember anything off of it.
I didn't know it was 5 minutes because I didn't sit through the whole thing. And in 1984, I was 3 years old. So I definitely, didn't even know this existed until way later. And I never sit down and listen to it because, but it should be high on the list just for that precedent. It should be in the top 10. It should be number 10 just based off of that minimum. This list is trash. We're going to keep going. Eminem, Nail in the Coffin. Do you know this song?
I don't. And then maybe if I heard it, I would, but I don't know this song off the title. Who is he dissing in this one?
The biggest, after the source gave Eminem's fourth album, The Eminem Show, 4 mics out of 5, Eminem poised that the reason the score wasn't higher was due to... So this was Benzino beef?
The Benzino beef.
And I don't even... And this, what CD was... This was on the Eminem Show, which... I don't remember even listening to the Eminem Show like that.
It was a decent album.
Really? I couldn't even tell you nothing about it. Let me... let's see if I could just get a smidget of it, of what it sounded like. Yeah, I couldn't even make it through the first little 3. That was an Eminem beat, which he is very hit or miss on his own beats. Sometimes he goes hard, but this was definitely one of them beats where he was like, this is dope to me. I don't care about what everybody else got to say.
I think this is misplaced.
And they got the lyrics on here. Let's see what's it. Now, see this? This got to be like 1 bar. I think this is... If you that much of a gangster, put the mic down. You should be out killing motherfuckers right now. Kill a motherfucker dead. Kill him dead, bitch. Shoot him in the fucking head. Go ahead, bitch. Slap my mom. Slap the fuck out of her. She can't sue you. She wouldn't get a buck out of you. Because you're broke as fuck. You suck. You're fucking... fucking junk. I can't read that J word. If you was really selling coke, well, then what the fuck? You stop for a dummy. If you slew some crack, you make a lot more money than you do from rap. The word right here is slew. If you didn't know Eminem was white, that word right there would have let you know. I've never heard anybody use that.
And based off the lyrics, like even though I can't even recall this song like that, but based off the lyrics, I would say it's fitting because the title of what we're talking about is actually the 15 most scathing.
You right. They didn't say best.
Yeah, they said most scathing.
All right.
Yeah, so it's all about the lyrical content and how they just going hard on each other. Paul.
Okay, I'm glad you pointed that out. I will adjust my judgment from this point on. And I wish they had put in this list like the other songs, like you know what I'm saying, like what the rival song. I guess Benzino took a offense and dropped a couple of diss tracks, including "Pull Your Skirt Up," which I gotta say that's a pretty great title for a diss song.
Yeah, but Benzino rapping, I can't think of any time I heard Benzino rap.
Do you remember he was a part of this group called the Mighty RSO? And you probably, I know you ain't heard none of their songs, but they were always prominent. They always had a full page advertisement in the source, of course, because he owned it, right? Mm-hmm. They only dropped one song it's only one Benzino song that I ever heard, like, nationally. It was called The Booty. And it was produced by Teddy Riley. Let me see if I can at least bring up the video.
The Booty?
Booty, Teddy Riley, Benzino. And the beat was hard. I can't spell. Yes, it was called Booty. And the beat went boom, 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 boom.
Oh, I remember that.
Boom. Beat was hard, but it was Benzino rapping on it. This is a waste of an incredible song. Yeah, waste of incredible.
Benzino. I'm gonna go out on Benzino should not be listed. Oh, he not listed. Okay.
Yeah, he ain't listed. Yeah, he definitely. I don't care if he did say the most scathing rap. Yeah. I don't even care. All right, let's move down to number 12. Dear Stan. I think this was against Nas, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Do you remember Stanley Drayton? Probably not. He was a Harlem rapper. Best known for playing Wise in the Hype Williams 1998 feature film Belly. He was also the guy Cameron eviscerated. Oh, okay. So I guess it was a real dude named Stan. I remember the track. I thought it was about Nas. Cameron had a lot of battles. He done battled Jay-Z, Nas, 50. He's a menace. But this Stanley Drayton person, I remember the diss track, and he kind of went in and did his thing, but this, I'm not getting top 12 most scathing from
Now, I gotta look at the list because I know Cam is a disrespectful individual.
You know what?
Cam can be very disrespectful.
Let's go to Genius and see if I like how I don't need to spell no more. Like, it used to be a detriment to my survival, but Google has made it to where it don't even... What is up with these ads, bro?
It's too many, bro.
They trying to... All right, here we go. They don't have the lyrics to Cameron Stan.
Oh, dang.
Let's see. Dear Stan. And the only reason I got pop-up blockers, but oops. DEAR Stan. I gotta be honest. If Genius hadn't taken the time out to even, transcribe it, what's the point of it at all? All right, number 12, Stan. So far this list is proven to be very booty.
Yeah.
Pause. 11. Real motherfucking G's. One of the greatest diss tracks of all time. It let us know how Dre was getting treated at Death Row, which was proven true. Everything he said in this song was true. He said at Death Row, I hear you getting treated like boot camp. You got to follow the sergeant's direction or get your ass popped with the Smith & Wesson. Learn the lesson from the E's. It just was a dope flow. Hey, yo, doctor. Here's another, I forgot the first part, but he talked about how he was wearing glitter and stuff. And for those who don't know how Dre was dressing.
I do. That's the first time I ever seen that picture.
Yes. Like, he was the first person to really, like, take it to that level. Cause look at And this was what this was the architect of gangster rap.
Damn.
It would have been so
wild.
You know how they called this Flashback Friday? It would have been so funny if they called it Freaky Friday. Cause look at this.
Yeah.
He got on, you can tell he got on lipstick, mascara, and look, check this out. It's all gravy to say that in the 80s and the, you know, because if we really want to be honest, if you go back and look at like who sung Grandmaster Flash?
Yeah.
If we go back and look at them back in the day, they all kind of dressed like, you know, like disco folks. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, so it's really kind of, you know, it's kind of hard to really say, oh, he was, you know, on some Fruit Loop stuff, because these dudes got on tassels and bandanas hanging off.
A rapper with tassels on is wild.
Bro, is this a raccoon?
Bruh.
What animal is this?
When do you see? You really don't see men wearing animal print either. But he do got a whole raccoon on him. And
this is a frills shirt. These are frills at the end of this dude's leopard print shirt, bro.
That is wild.
So with that being said, that does not take away from what Easy said, because Dre was supposed to be a G.
Hardcore rapper, but he's glossy.
And I gotta be honest, all OGs from my city never participated. I'm talking about they was trying to rap. Yeah. Never on that. And like I said, I was young, but I don't remember that occurring. So how did you feel when this dropped? Do you remember this beef? Do you remember when they was going back and forth?
I remember it, but I remember more of Dre part of it, because that was like the more thing that was more prominent. But I do remember this track was pretty fired up.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It just hit me. It's only been a few times where I've been on the popular side of stuff. Because when Dre Day hit, of course, I was like, wow, that's dope or whatever. But when real motherfucking G's drops, like, I was done with Dre done after that. I'm gonna be honest. Because it just sounded more honest. And Easy was running stuff the whole time. So it was like...
But who you think won it? Because I remember Dre said... And it's time for the doctor to check your ass, fool. That was a double entendre, because the Dr. Dre was checking him, but then at the same time, Easy had the hit. And he was making a double entendre about that, and Easy perished from that. So, I don't know, I took it as Dre won.
Easy won. I would like you to see Exhibit A.
You can't put this picture up while I'm talking about he won, though.
And also, like, Easy said... what'd he say? And Dre Day only makes Easy's payday. For every record that Dre sold of Dre Day, Easy got paid from.
Nah, Easy won that. Okay. I digress. Easy definitely won.
Easy has no pictures of this. Of dressing
like
this.
His neck? What's that around his neck? Is that a doctor's stethoscope?
This is the doctor. This is why Dre said, let the doctor come check your ass. This is the outfit he was going to wear when he came to check on you.
My guy got on
this is a nurse's scrub. Outfit.
He got on a crochet nurse's scrub outfit.
This nigga was a what is it called? The CD, the
CNA?
Yeah, he's a CNA. Wow. Yeah, no. Easy one. I'm sorry. No question.
Is that a one-piece joint?
Oh my gosh. Is it a one-piece?
It can't be a one-piece. Brett.
If he had to snap that at the bottom, nigga.
It's yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Easy one this one.
Easy. Now, as far as this list is concerned, I feel like this should be higher on the list. Because the reason being is next up is Sheetha. Now, I remember when Sheetha dropped. I had to pull over to listen to Sheetha. I was on the freeway when Sheetha dropped, and then I was on YouTube. Everybody was like, yo, Remy Ma dropped Sheetha. I pulled over so I could focus on it, and Remy Ma went off on Sheetha. And I'm not going to take away from Remy Ma's pen game. I'm sure she draked it too. Like I'm sure she had her first draft, and then Papoose went in and was like, oh yeah, this will be more harder. But she murdered.
Crushed her.
Nicki Minaj on this.
And this song would have got more heat, but didn't they shut it down? Didn't Nicki Minaj get it shut down?
They got it shut down on some BS. And then she was like, she tried to pull a Drake move and diss on a hit. The hit never came. The next song was not. Sheeta was insane. I remember that. And Sheeta is in my top 10 greatest disses of all time. It really is. She really went hard.
I'm cool on Remy Ma. I'm upset with Remy Ma for reasons that have nothing to do with rap.
Oh, no, it has something to do with rap with me. How you go do the person that wrote one of the greatest diss records ever for you and just step out on them with and then it's who it was with on top of that. It was
just Papoose was riding for Remy, man. Like that was one of them relationships. I'm like, oh, man, he definitely loved her. They definitely go. I thought that was gonna be forever, which I guess I can't be disappointed. I don't know what was really happening in that situation, but from the outside looking in, I'm disappointed, Remy Ma.
Very disappointed. We was rooting for y'all. We was rooting for you, and we ain't heard nothing. And it's like, but she shot a homegirl in the stomach over like $50 or something. It might have been, even if it was a substantial amount of money. That's pretty nice. She was in.
Remy Ma is definitely. Yeah, she's savage. She's savage mode.
She is. Remy Ma is what Drake wish he was in real life.
Drake was.
That's who he pretend to be when he be talking to.
Number 9 is actually might be one of my favorites.
You know what? We gonna have to go to the genius for this one because, as I stated before, I didn't hear this diss until much later, because Ice Cube was one of the few times where he was the popular, and he was Drake versus this dude being Kendrick, and I was on Cube's side, and I ain't even give dude a fair chance. But once I heard it, I was like, all right, Common, you are a problem.
Snap, bruh.
You are a problem. A bitch nigga with an attitude named Cube.
You just
right out the gate.
Out the gate. That's definitely considered scathing.
Step to come with a feud. Now what the fuck? I look like this in the whole coast. You ain't made shit dope since America's most. Wanted to cease from the Midwest to the East, on the dick of the East for your first release. Which I remember when he said that, I was like, that nigga sure did run all the way over to the Bum Squad on the East Coast. He ran. It looked like the way how he's presenting it. It looked like Ice ran from the West Coast to the East, and then to pick up. Dude went crazy on this, and this is what's so crazy about this. We in just the first bar, like this.
I know, right?
Like I'm talking about haymakers. Dog. A bitch nigga with an attitude named Cube. He named him
specifically. Called him a bitch.
Called him a bitch. Dude said went from gangster to Islam to the dick of Dots Effects. He kept calling him a dick jumper, a dick rider. Dude said, hypocrite, I'm filling out your death certificate, slanging bean pies and St. Ives in the same sentence. I'm talking about every line.
Death certificate.
What's his album?
Bruh, he was going in, bruh.
I'm talking about every line. I'm going to have to wreck a hoe Shay. I heard a hoe say you her favorite rapper. Hoe Shay. And in the with Kendrick having OV Ho in this line, it's just crazy that, you know what I'm saying? I violate you, a Muslim drinking a brew. Your nigga ain't a Mac 10, he's a 22. Then he giving strays to the rest of the West Side Connection.
Strays.
Cube, I like that diamond charm. I might cuff it, then sell it out like you sold Cam and Threat. I don't know if y'all know who Cam is. I don't know who Threat is, but I remember Cam, and Cam was like, he had a bunch of buzz. I'm not sure if he was with the Lynch Mob, but I know he was riding with Cube. Disappeared. Cube basically a sweatshop, OVO sweatshopped him. Yeah, he went in. This is very.
This definitely belong in the list, and it may need to be higher.
It definitely needs to be higher. For me, it's 6 because I got my top 5. It needs to be number 6 on a top 10 list. Immaculate disc.
If y'all have never heard this record, y'all need to go check it out.
You got to go check it out. Please go check it out. And then find out whatever this record Cube did, because I don't even remember the disc he did before this to even cause this. But yeah. 50 Cent Back Down. There were harder disc records.
When it comes about scathing, because he had a dude acting like an LGBT member, trying to depict that as Ja Rule. And back in those days, that was something that that was a thing to be frowned upon for rappers. So he called that out. He had a person acting on there, and he called out his name and just called him a bitch several times.
He said, "Your mammy, your pappy, that bitch you chasing, your little dirty ass kids, I'll fucking erase them."
Talking about erase people kids, that is definitely the definition of a scathing diss track.
That is very scathing. Yes, I still favor. Do I smell pussy? Is that you, Ja? That's still my favorite. But the thing about the Ja Rule 50 Cent beef, he was the original Kendrick. I only know like 2-3 whole records that was dedicated to 50 from Ja. There's probably 2 mixtapes worth of 50 disses to Ja Rule.
Now Ja, they did stab 50 in a studio fight.
They did. I never said Ja wasn't about that life. I'm just saying musically. Yeah. Even if he had that Hail Mary song. Ja, that where he talked about Eminem's daughter. He said if your mama was if Kim is a hoe, what you think your daughter gonna be or something like that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, they was that. Yeah,
they was really like, that was real beef. Does this deserve to be on this list though? Is it a top 10 disc for you?
I don't think it's a top 10 disc.
And this is even keeping it in the scathingness of it, because this most definitely the bitch in you was scathing and needs to be higher. Back Down, yeah, there's a couple of lines.
I think the track where he was like, "I smell pussy," that was way more scathing
to me, but because he's saying that was the equivalent of They Not Like Us, because it was very singable. Like, wow, very disrespectful. This is very disrespectful to be on this list. There was nothing scathing about Family Matters, and tell me if you disagree with me. Scathing, please tell me what was scathing about this.
Well, is that the one he said that Dave Freeze was his kid's baby daddy?
Yep.
I guess that if that was true, that'd have been scathing. But it's not. I don't think it'd have been. Nah, I don't think it should have been on here. I think whoever made this list, they just looking at recent times and really focusing on that.
Whoever made
a prisoner of the moment.
Whoever made this list is a drizzy glizzy year, because it was.
Yeah, Drake shouldn't be on here.
This was not scathing.
Back to back.
Back to back wasn't scathing, but it was gangster though. Both
is one of the best. It was a great diss track.
Yeah, that was a great diss track. Family Matters, I'm sorry. Let's see. And let me get into the mind state of this person. And what is already being billed is arguably the greatest rap battle of all time. Drake versus Kendrick Lamar featured double-digit diss records, including 7 in a week. One of the few highlights, use a bitch, featured Drake's Family Matters. No, it wasn't. How it used a highlight when he got doused 10 minutes later. Let me get my Drake hate aside, though. Featured Drake's Family Matters, a 7-minute diatribe aimed at Lamar and Drizzy's adversaries. With callous disregard, Drake aimed to behead the Compton MC with caustic barbs. Look, bro, who is you writing this for?
This is why you need diversity in magazines.
Yes.
Whoever wrote this did not have diversity going on right here.
Exactly. We need to reinstate the DIE. Or the DEI, whichever one it is. So, listen to this. Including domestic violence allegations against his fiancée, Whitney. Your baby mama captions always scream and save me. You did her dirty all your life. You trying to make peace. That's not a scathing line. He didn't even pick a scathing line. The potentially The potential fatality came when Drake claimed that one of Kendrick's kids belonged to his manager, Dave Free. Why you never hold your son and tell him say cheese? Drizzy said.
Yeah,
this was scathing to you.
The fact that this is on here destroys this list anyway. The credibility of this list.
Yes, though Drake's retaliation was potent. Bitch, it was not. It jammed, but it was not potent. It was short-lived when Lamar trounced the OVO MC less than half an hour after Family's release with his ego-crushing Meet the Grams. Carl Lamar. Let's see who the fuck you are, Carl Lamar, because as a writer, as a person, I hope you have a glorious life. As a writer, you shouldn't be here no more. Nah, bro.
What?
Nah,
what?
bro.
That's Carl Lamar? That's
nah, bro.
I think ChatGPT wrote that for him.
Nah, bro. Yeah. Let's see. Billboard Deputy Director of R&B and Hip Hop, the host of Debate Live, Audio Max Beat. Nah, how old is you, Cat? Bro, you gotta. Nah, bro.
He gotta be around our age.
I'm not even gonna dig that deep, but nah, bro. Nah, damn. Bro. I'm sorry. That was. Nah, man. Get off the Lizzie. This number, first of all, is disrespectful.
It's too low.
It's very disrespectful. Who is this? This a CL. This person didn't even want us to know who they are. The person who wrote this, CL. Let me make sure it's not Carl Lamar.
Bruh.
He trying to hide himself now. Let me read this bullshit. First off, Ether is one of the greatest diss tracks for, one of my favorite reasons it's one of my favorite diss tracks.
What's that?
When it came on, it had Tupac saying, fuck Jay-Z. If you was a Pac fan, you already pulled into, okay, this is where we going. He done already pulled you into the hit 'em up world of, oh, it's about to get ignorant. And then Nas came in. The beat was, that beat, when I heard that beat, at first I was like, what's going on? Like, cause it sounded so like, it didn't sound like it was gonna be no beef shit, but now you hear that beat, you know it's about to, the beat, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about the shit. And then Nas just went over all the same reasons I didn't feel like I liked, cause I was listening to Jay-Z, but I always had not the same, it wasn't the same issue I had with Drake. It's just, he kind of seemed, what's the word? Slimy? Like, I can't put it on it, but I was always like, I was bumping his music, but I wasn't like a crazy Jay-Z fan, and I wasn't a crazy Nas fan neither, to be honest with you. Ether changed me into a Nas fan after that. Like,
because I was definitely a way bigger fan of Jay-Z than I was Nas. Yes. But I respected that Nas was a dope MC. I just didn't. Nas used to make some used to be some beats.
It was always the beat selection. It was always
some hieroglyphics and the Anunnakians and all this wild stuff that Nas would be talking about. You need a college degree to understand Nas a lot of times.
Yes.
Which is cool. We need that.
No problem.
But then when it came to him and Jay-Z beefing, I was surprised that Nas won, but he clearly won. He smashed Jay-Z on this.
He smashed Jay-Z after this very easily. If you haven't heard the radio footage out there, not footage, but audio out there of Ether was some Kendrick stuff, because he dropped Ether like 8 months after Jay-Z's takeover. He waited for Jay-Z's birthday to drop Ether.
Is that when he dropped that?
That's when he dropped Ether. And Jay-Z happened to be on the radio, and they played it, and Jay-Z sounded very, let me see if I can find that footage.
Hold up, bro. They played that for the first, and that's the first time Jay-Z heard it when he was on the radio?
Yes.
I was unaware of that.
So check this out. This is the audio. I want you to look at this title. What does this say?
Jay-Z.
Now, I'm about to play this. He sounded very, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna let you hear it. This is your first time hearing it.
I don't know if I can hear this.
Hold on.
Is it playing out there right now?
Hold on.
Okay, I hear it. Why they got these pictures up? Bruh.
Oh, wait, hold on. I ain't even got the desktop for everybody else to hear. Hold on real quick. You gonna have to hear it because I don't know if you can actually hear the words and stuff.
I can hear it.
Oh, you can? All right, hold on. Let me turn it up for the people out there so they can hear it. Hold on real quick. All right.
If you weren't you, would you think Ether was a hot joint?
I would be a little, like me as a guy, like I would listen to the last verse and be like, wow. Like, wow. You understand? Like it's just, it's uneasy. You know?
Okay.
Like I'm even like with the, it's hard, man. It's very vulgar. You know what I'm saying?
Can we talk about Summer Jam for a second?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Jay was hurt. He said it made me feel uneasy. Like he couldn't even get his words together.
I mean, but if somebody dropped the ether on me when I was on the radio, I would be a little.
Let me make sure.
As well.
Let me make sure. I know it was on his birthday. Let me make sure it was at the same time as the radio too. Let me see. Did Nas drop ether on Jay-Z's birthday? Because I want to say that's what it was. Let's see. Yeah, he dropped it on Jay's birthday. I don't know if that. I think the radio was. It might not have been on the same day he was on the radio, but yeah, he heard it right after that. But yeah, and December 4th is Ether Day on the internet. If you are a rap forum frequent, such as myself, you always look forward to December 4th for the memes. Because they go crazy. But yes, should Ether be number 6 on this list?
I think it should be higher.
Definitely should be higher.
It definitely should be higher.
Thanks to Carl Lamar, it isn't. CL. Get the fuck out of here.
Maybe he got pushback. Maybe he got pushback from his editors.
I give him that. I give him that. This is Billboard. You know, I give him that grace. Kendrick Lamar, Meet the Grams. At least Angela Diaz had the fortitude. Now, I don't know. Let me stop naming these people's names. They just wrote the article. They may have not put the stuff in the list.
They may not have known what order the list was going in. So, they just wrote the blurb about it.
I apologize, Carl.
Is it Carl Lewis? Carl Lamar.
But I don't apologize for you writing this article though, because that mean you was okay with putting it on the list. You should have fought back and be like, are we really putting this on the list? Do I really got to write this for the list? Yeah, so you still catching a stray. I'm sorry, Carl. Meet the Grams. It's definitely, Meet the fucking Grams. Meet the Grams is a part of the greatest night. And I'm cool with saying this. That was the greatest night in hip hop history.
When I listened to Meet the Grams the first time, it felt like I was watching the Saw movie. That is how demented it was.
Demented.
Dear Adonis. Started off Dear Adonis, and it sounded like that was awesome. That's an awesome record.
That beat. First, let's just go to one of my favorite YouTube clips of all times.
You have to be accurate.
Because
Act response to hearing Meet the Grams was one of the most hilarious things I ever seen on the internet.
I'm talking about
because Act was caping super hard for Drake. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you got to play that.
Got to play this shit. This shit is my favorite time on the internet. Hold on, I'm gonna turn up the volume.
What? Dear Adonis?
Hello.
Might have a heart attack on stream.
He was having such a good time.
Nah, he was a roller coaster, bro. He went from jubilation to all 5 stages of grief.
CB and nigga say, I started reaching for my ways. Push one of my so-called niggas. Push one of my so-called niggas. Push one of my so-called niggas. Need a chef on the clip.
He lit.
Always knew I had to smoke y'all niggas. Nah, that's my goal. That's what y'all know. That's my goal.
sliding, stand on business. He told y'all drop. One more time. Drop.
He was so lit.
drop.
My nigga meme coming
drop a
up.
50 back for the, oh shit. Why y'all trolling that Kendrick drop? Somebody said Drake posted something?
I play this record on repeat. You always been a bitch to me.
Look at the adulation in his eyes, bro.
Stop talking how you gonna spare us.
Definitely is. Dog.
Oh, is this another song?
This nigga might have busted a nut.
He might have, bruh. Nah, he was caping big time, bruh.
What the fuck? Yo, I just looked. Kendrick dropped 2. Oh my God, this is crazy.
Dreams come true, Crody. This is where you die.
Nah, when he heard that shit.
Was that it right there? Oh my God, it's going down.
You ain't.
Oh my God, it's going down. I don't know how to feel. Might have a heart attack on stream. Yeah, I know my address. If I pass out, just call an ambulance. Just send him here.
This is when he starts looking for the Kendrick shit, right?
Yeah.
What Kendrick
Nah,
say?
this is
Kendrick dropped immediately. No fucking way. No fucking way. No way.
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsible.
Man, what the fuck is going on right now, bro? What is the fuck is going on? Drake
Nigga,
just
I was on the ground.
on YouTube, and he dropped a little preview snippet on Instagram, and you're telling me that Kendrick dropped again? The fuck are you telling me?
he used bass in his voice. He got bass in his voice.
He was upset.
I feel like he
Alright,
he just knew Drake was going to
He did.
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsible.
Drake, you gotta box this nigga. You gotta box him. Box him. It's time to box. Fuck rapping. He's hearing Darius' son. It's time to box. Fuck the rapping. I can't solve this over beats. You gotta box him.
He said
Fuck all this shit. What? Dear Adonis?
And he dropped it back like 3 times. We gonna keep it moving because it's like a 15-minute clip, and I could watch that like a bajillion times, bro. But yeah, Meet the Grams. We didn't even get into. I mean, what is it to say? Like you said, the beat was so off-selling. He dropped this like 11 o'clock Central Time. I ain't go front. When Drake dropped that damn Family Matters, I ain't go front. I was like, fuck.
It's pretty rough, right?
I was like, all right.
So too.
I was like, this nigga snapping. I did, and I agree with everybody else. I hated the fact for Drake that I was more excited about the bars going to ASAP and Rick Ross. And them was the real bars. The Dave Free shit was like, nigga, I don't even know who Dave Free is. And second of all, then when I Googled who Dave Free was, I was like, I don't see no evidence of what you're saying.
Have you ever been somewhere when people was like telling jokes and stuff and somebody told a joke and it just didn't land? That's how I felt when Drake was like, it might be Dave Free.
Yeah, I'm like,
who is Dave Free?
Am I person? He said that shit like he said Top Dog or somebody. If he had said Top Dog, I would have been like, fuck.
Oh shit, that's wild. But if I had to Google what you talking about,
yeah. And people go say, oh, you had to Google Kendrick shit. No, not really. Like, that's just so you could get a further understanding shit. This nigga said a name as if it was well known, like we gonna know who the fuck he was talking about. Then he brought up the wife beating allegations, which I gotta be honest. And I've been telling people this all the time. Kendrick did such a great job of priming us, the audience, that Drake is a liar and a manipulator. Nothing he said was gonna stick to me any damn way. I was like, you lying. He's a liar and a manipulator. Then Meet the Grams comes off. The beat was so off kilter. Just got off that trap beat, that drill beat that Drake was floating on. Then we end with Drake singing. singing a lullaby at the end and shit, which he flowed on that shit too. That was the saddest part about when Kendrick dropped. When Kendrick dropped, he dropped a Wu-Tang Jizza type unorthodox beat and just crushed Drake's I'ma drop a club banger shit on your ass and had everybody in a daze of confusion and fear, because it was like that song Meet the Grams was like if fucking the Scarecrow from Batman gas released all over the city at one time, and everybody's just like, what the fuck going on? He talked to his son, and he said, you a black man, do some push-ups, don't take the shortcuts like your pops did.
Don't let a man pee on your leg, son.
That is law.
If a man pee on your leg, you either it's over for you right there, or you gotta do something. You can't just let a grown man pee on you.
Hey, guess what? This is it. You just mentioned it. Just let me know how deep that is, bro. At this point in life, if Adonis go to Drake and like, hey, they bullying me. Have you ever got bullied before? What did you do? He can go on the internet and see Puff slap the shit out of him. Nothing happened.
Nothing.
A grown man peed on him in front of other grown men. And nothing happened.
Like Kendrick said, you either gotta fight or you gotta die right there. So. Like you can't just let that happen.
So basically, he let us know that Drake is not a good. What can he come to him advice for? He can't come to him for advice about being real or whooping nobody's ass. He has no good fatherly stories to what I wave rode my way to the top,
and that's why this song is such scathing song.
Great scathing song.
Then he talked to his mom. Told his mom, I think people like your son should die.
They should die, and told his dad, you raised a horrible person, and you should keep on getting more paper from him. And then spoke to a daughter, which I do think exists. I don't care what nobody say. Don't even need no proof. And I think there are multitudes of other children. These are just my thoughts. We have no facts. But if I was to put money on it, just like if I had to put money on the Diddy shit, I'll be a bajillionaire right now. And then ended it with telling Drake that fuck a rap beef. This shit is a battle within yourself.
Bruh.
That's the last line.
Kendrick, and then the fact of it matter is because that Family Matters track was a good record, and if Kendrick would have let that mug sit 24 hours, it would have got so much buzz. But it was just a suppressant.
And the real genius of it, now that you're saying something, is the Family Matters was literally like a flame. It was like a fire of hotness. It was hot. Everybody was jamming to it, and this nigga just doused water, a damp blanket over everybody. Cause I ain't go front. I was like, after Meet the Grams, I'm sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck did I just listen to? What is?
Cause after Family Matters dropped, like I said, I was a fan of Drake and Kendrick both. I'm more of a fan of Kendrick's artistry, and I knew that Kendrick was the better rapper. So I was low key kind of going for Kendrick from the beginning, but I was more happy. I was more excited of the battle in general. But then I thought Kendrick was winning until I heard Family Matters. I was like, ooh, that's a pretty rough one right there. And before I had time to listen to it 2 or 3 times, Kendrick dropped that heat. It was
heavy. It was heavy. Like, one note going back to Family Matters after you listening to this. Once I listened to this, I was kind of ready to get some rest. Like, I needed. It was just so heavy. I listened to it 3 times over, jumped on the internet, and it was just like, wow, Drake, you're a BAN. Number 5 on the list, I have to say that Meet the Grams, and I'm still debating on this. We got to do a pod on this because I'm debating on between Euphoria and Meet the Grams on which is my favorite out of this stuff. Because Meet the Grams was scathing, but Euphoria was what I've been telling folks.
Euphoria was way deeper than a lot of people understand.
Yeah, Euphoria was literally him taking the blindfold off the public about this dude and how far, it definitely should be on the list. And might I even say that all of Kendrick's disses may need to be in this battle alone. I would like to package all of Drake's disses and all of Kendrick's disses into two separate entities. And then because this is my number 3 on my list of best diss records. All of them combined though, but you know. Number 5 on the list, I can't be mad at that. As long as it was above Drake's. Good job, Angel Diaz. Ice Cube, No Vaseline. Once I saw this is number 4, this is when I was ready to throw my laptop like I was 50 Cent in 2003. This shit.
It should be way higher. What should be higher?
This is blasphemous. Who wrote the MS? Yeah, I'm glad you hid who you are, because you need to be here. What you? Oh, I'm getting fucked. They didn't necessarily put it at number 4, but let me see what he said about it. Ice Cube held No Vaseline as the best diss track ever, but it comes in at number 4 on our list. You was a bitch ass nigga for writing that shit, MS.
What?
I'm sorry, MS. I don't know you. Your opinion is a bitch ass nigga's opinion. You may be a great person who is out helping the children, but this is a bitch ass opinion. The West Coast legend couldn't wait for the former NWA running mates to provoke him so he could go nuclear with the raw No Vaseline. Cube eviscerates. What's the word? This is the 8th time I've seen the word eviscerates. They should have went to ChatGPT. ChatGPT did write this. You right.
ChatGPT wrote it.
This is obvious. They didn't even put it in the humanizer that ChatGPT gives us. Cube eviscerates Dr. Dre, MC Ren, Eazy-E, Yella, and the Pioneering Group's manager, Jerry Heller, one by one. He flagrantly insults Eazy, labeling him as a word that we can't say anymore. But it is a pile of sticks. And scoffs at him attempting an invite to the White House. That part, I ain't gonna front. When he went on Eazy always was gonna be bulletproof in any beef for me. But he did come to him on some, you at the White House and stuff. Cube then turns his attention to Harry Keller and calls out NWA manager for being what he believed were shady financial practices, which was the main reason Cube ditched the Compton crew in the first place. NWA waved the right flag and didn't bother responding, knowing that they couldn't keep up with the prolific MC. Even Suge included No Vaseline on Death Row's greatest hits. Damn. As a dig at Dr. Dre for leaving the terrorizing label.
I didn't know Suge did that.
I did not know
that. That sounds like some petty shit. Yeah,
that is gangster as fuck. I thought 100 Miles and Running was a response to this. I guess I was wrong, and I should be wrong because what response would you have to No Vaseline? You don't want him to come back. He just did a drive-by and mowed down the whole house. What did you want him to kill your mama too? No Vaseline is number 1 for a plethora of reasons. First, like we said earlier, we said it previously, he talked in a way that you can't even talk right now. He used terms and things that you couldn't say.
He would get canceled.
That he would get canceled for. But I feel they were accurate. Please don't cancel me. I have to be honest. At the time that he said that shit, it was very true. Except for the easy part. And really, the F part was more him. Was the whole point of the song was No Vaseline. He was fucking them out of their money.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the real word of that. Except for Dre. Okay.
Yeah, I know you're gonna pay. With the crochet one piece in there.
Crochet glitter one piece. Nobody told him to put that on. He chose that out, I believe.
It's pretty wild, bro.
It's wild. All right, No Vaseline. This list is No Vaseline is number 1. I'm sorry. This has eradicated the whole premise of this list. Super Ugly.
No.
We just listened to a while back. Not touching ether. Was it scathing? Okay, he talked about smashing his baby mama and the stuff under the, but it wasn't ether.
It ain't better than ether, nah.
It's not better. Ether was about Jay-Z. Super Ugly was about Jay-Z snake moves that he did to somebody he really admired out of pure hurt. The only line he said about Nas was his chipped tooth will open the bottle on chipped tooth. This is trash. Super Ugly should not be on this list. It was not scathing. It was just a whole bunch of Jay-Z snake moves. It was a Drake diss where he just talked about all the reasons you really shouldn't respect him because he do snake shit.
And people always say that about Jay-Z.
Yeah. Who? AD? I'm sorry. Y'all as a collective need to kick rocks because y'all saw that y'all should have stopped this shit. Pusha T Story Adrenaline is my number 2 greatest diss of all time. This brings back some accuracy to the list. What are your thoughts on Story Adrenaline? Do you remember when you heard it? How you felt in response to Drake's Doopy?
I thought that Pusha T. First of all, because Pusha T dropped the whole baby line. Like nobody knew that Drake even was a father at that time, so that was just the whole next level. But then Pusha T ate, I don't think Pusha T murdered Drake on that record. It's so much so that Jay Prince had to be like, oh, whoa. Y'all need to stop all this. Y'all messing up my cash cow over here.
Yes.
Pusha T went in on Drake, bro. That's like one of the hardest diss tracks I have ever heard.
As ChatGPT says, he eviscerated Drake.
Definitely the evisceration.
I remember because he had a section of the song that was basically Meet the Grams and Euphoria in one. Yeah, well, you didn't let your hair grow out because your curl couldn't nap enough.
Yeah,
bro, you doing blackface photo shoots, bro. You don't even assign. Even Canada has a black culture of some sort to where I don't think the average black, whether he was mixed or not, person would have done that photo shoot and felt comfortable with it.
Absolutely not, bro.
Him not feeling uncomfortable doing it further let me know that all my feelings that I felt were accurate. And it was crazy to me that when Pusha dropped that photo, that it got, people brought up some stuff, but I really felt like I was really shocked that people weren't more up in arms on, do you not understand that he felt like this was, and the photographer was Anglo-Saxon.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So
if I would have walked in to a meeting and they're like, yo, Bruce, we need you to do this picture. I'm like, okay, what's the idea? They're like, you gotta have on blackface. What the fuck? Like, what does that have to do with anything? How do you think that's a good ass idea right now, Mr. Anglo-Saxon man?
For what? And then Drake come back. It was to point out, how we were treated in the past. First off, there's not a we.
Cause they not like us. You ain't like us.
You're not like us. You did that shit for a check, bro, and thought that shit was cool.
Smiling hard, like alligator smile.
You know
crocodile
what?
Smile from.
If Drake don't get it, if Drake getting it,
you got a difference with Drake.
Drake getting it. And really, this should be This really should be,
bruh.
And this was a beautiful cover. Look at somebody went and did some great Photoshop work to make that cover for that. Yeah, but this is unexcusable.
Very. Like you can't do it, bro.
Unexcusable. Multiple pictures. And what's crazy about it is this, to me, is what Drake feels like what being black is. He puts this on and he is Drake. You take that off, that his new backface is this beard. and them braids is the equivalent of this picture to me. Story Adrenaline, number 2 greatest diss track of all time, right after No Vaseline for me. Definitely. And then that line for that 40, his homeboy with the multiple sclerosis at the time. The nigga said OVO 40 hunched over like he 80s. Tick, tick, tick. How much time he got? That man 666. Wow. Came with that devil shit. 666.
Pusha T went in, bro.
And then my favorite part my favorite part of Story Addison was the end when he was elated. He was happy Drake had pulled this trigger. He was like, yeah, we got Surgical Summer, boy. Surgical Summer, we got more. Come on.
Yeah. If people start coming in and people with power start coming in and shutting the whole rap beef down, then you know you lost.
So soon as I saw Jay Prince ass on the Breakfast Club, I was like, wow, they scared. They are really afraid. And word on the street is, since this Drake and Kendrick shit, word on the street is, and initially I didn't believe it, but now I believe it. They was like, yo, Drake had a record lined up. And motherfucking Jay Prince was like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? You not dropping this shit? Like, this nigga is going to kill you. What are you talking about? But Drake was ego so crazy that at first I was like, that was just a rumor. They was just trying to make it look like he wasn't scared. I really believe he had a record. And I really believe that Pusha would have dog walked him and probably pulled the same trigger that Kendrick pulled, just much earlier and much close. It would have been more deadly back then because that was way closer to all them tweets.
Yep. Yeah.
That was like in real time of the tweets. God bless Pusha T, man. Wow. Number one, Hit 'Em Up. For me, Hit 'Em Up is like in my top, is number 6 or 7 on my greatest discs of all time. I can't be mad at anybody that will put it at their number 1 though. I'll never be upset at somebody for putting Hit 'Em Up on their number 1. Where does it fall on your list?
It's top 3 because No Vaseline, Hit 'Em Up. And the only reason, and it's actually 3, I would have to say 3. And the reason I say 3, because Hit 'Em Up would have been my favorite number 1 without a doubt. But them other people on the track, the Outlaws, they wasn't good.
Hey.
But when you start a diss track off and saying that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Yes.
And you talking about his wife?
Do I think Pac smashed? Definitely. Did it matter for the diss? Well, he first off, fuck your bitch in the clique. You claim West Side when we ride. I forgot the rest of it. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. I'ma say, yeah, the Outlaws fucked it up. I heard the Outlaw List version. I like it leaps and bounds better, but it wouldn't hit the same as this version because what I respect about this version, he said, I'm gonna let my YGs fuck with you, nigga. You ain't even work for me. Then, after he said that, he came on and talked shit for like 3 whole straight minutes. A whole song worth of talking shit. Fuck Jay-Z, which went into ether. Beautiful. I fucked with Mobb Deep. I was like, wow, not the sickle cell, please, man. And just anybody that fuck with Bad Boy, fuck you too. Then he just started naming motherfuckers, fuck you. He didn't care. It was wonderful. Great diss track, just not my favorite because my favorite parts of the song ain't rapping.
Yeah, I didn't even realize. I was just looking at the lyrics. Like he said, Chino XL. I completely forgot about Chino XL. He just was naming just like you too.
Just yes, it was a Hennessy and weed fueled rant for sure. But number 1, so this list, though it had some of the greatest disses on here, the order was erroneous, and it had a few. I don't know how in the hell T.I. got on this shit though.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been out here at all. T.I. record should not have been out here.
And the 50. So my biggest issues with it is Family Matters, the T.I. record. And if I was gonna put a greatest diss track, it might not been Scathing, and they said Scathing, but what you know about that is my favorite T.I. diss track, because that fucking got rid of Lil Flip. Like, ding, on a extremely, that's one of my top greatest beats of all time. What you know about that? But yeah, this list is hockey crazy. I'm glad they put the word Scathing in there because wasn't no best order on here. This list was but I'm glad Common got his shine though. I really am. And I hope, like Britt said earlier, out of all these records, go back and listen to this one because I think this is probably the least recognized of greatest beef tracks of all time. Line after line after line after
I want
line.
if I remember, the beat was really bright too. It was like
yeah. It was some. He could have spit some uplifting. Let's go do something for the black community shit on it. It's so many different ways he could have went with that beat, and he took that beat down to the gristle. Like, wow, really? I thought this guy was shining the light on folks. But yeah, man. Well, thanks for hanging up with us. We ended this up at about an hour and 6 minutes. Oh yeah, I forgot. If there's any parts, or how about y'all in the comments? What is your greatest 5 diss songs of all time? Scathing, I would say Scathing, but that's too specific. I want to hear your best, your top 5 greatest. We will be coming with a list of our top 5 greatest individually. Did we speak about that before? We haven't.
Not yet. We gotta do it. We gotta do an episode.
We will be doing that. So appreciate y'all for hanging in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe on the way out. See y'all on the flip side. Peace out.
Peace.